How tough was it for you at the end of last year? You banged up, right before the UCLA game, that home stretch. How difficult was that to go through?
It was tough. It was a tough experience, but I was out there, supporting my teammates. They gave their all and they worked tremendously hard to get to that point in the season. And it sucks to not be out there to help, but. I'm here now and can't wait to be out there.
How do you feel about your camp so far?
I feel like I did really well. Stay healthy, stay consistent with my craft. Overall, I just feel like I gave my all every day.
Where did you want to grow this year?
Overall, I wanted to grow as far as my leadership. Being a guy that the people can lean on, my teammates can lean on, and being a vocal leader, and also just leading by example as far as with my craft. I think that's also it's been paying off, and got to continue to do it.
Are you still working pretty exclusively at nickel? We see a lot of guys moving around, but nickel for you?
Yes, sir. Currently just working my craft at nickel, trying to play open the pan anywhere else, but yeah, it's nickel so far.
What's that competition been like?
It's been great. Wouldn't say it's competition. We're all out there just trying to make each other better, and I think that's been the motto. Getting everyone to the same level, same pace. Because one mess up, we all mess up. So having that mindset. Yes, sir.
What have you seen from some of the guys we haven't seen in the secondary, like Zion and Christian Pierce, and what they've shown during games?
Show so much of athleticism, raw talent that just can be worked on day in and day out. And I think those guys are very hard workers, for their age, and overall, man, just some vertical jumping from Zion for sure. CP has a lot of hit power. He can definitely come down and make a tackle, for sure, short tackler. And just overall, man, the energy, man, everything they do, man, they come to work every day ready to work.
What have been your impressions of Christian Roland Wallace?
He's a great guy, man. Coming from the same city I came from, Palmdale. We got a little history there. But overall, he's a great guy to have in the locker room. He's very vocal, and he's a vet. He's a true definition of a vet. He's been in college for some time now, so he knows the ins and outs. And any question I got, I hit him up for sure.
Who's been a breakout player in fall camp? A lot of guys have mentioned Tackett. Some people have mentioned Solomon Byrd. Who, in your eyes, has been a breakout standout guy?
To be honest, Elijah Hughes, 5'56", big D lineman guy. He's quick on his feet. He's elusive, and he makes plays, and he has a lot of energy. That's one of the guys that I feel like has been like the sleeper, but he's been consistent day in and day out. And Solomon Byrd, he's been making plays, day in and day out through fall camp.
For the secondary, what's it been like working in tandem with this new look defensive line?
It's been great. Just getting new looks. Guys having different things that help them and that helps our team. That's really that can contribute, and also it's been great, man. The timing's been different. Last year from this year, it's just balls coming out a little faster, coming out a little later. So just getting used to that. Linemen they be rotating so much, so just trying to get the hang of it.
Zion has obviously turned a lot of heads just in general, and I know you guys were in the trenches with him last year through his injuries. What are some things that people don't really know about him and that recovery, that progression?
He worked really hard, man. He worked really hard to get where he is now today, and I commend him 100%. He's a hard worker. He's a great person off the field, and overall, man, it's just now fluctuating for everyone to see. And I think I've been knowing how athletic he is, from the first day he came out here, and he's so respectful. He's earned the respect of our guys, and overall, he's been a great guy.
Have any of the new receivers impressed you?
All of our young receivers, I'd say. All our receivers are really good though, but our young receivers, they came in and set the tone for sure.
What have you seen from the competition level from the beginning of fall camp to today? When you guys are the game's around the corner.
Yeah, I'd say we've been consistent with that, staying consistent with being competitive at the highest level. From practice 1 all the way to practice 14. Keeping that competitive spirit up and that competitive edge. I think that has ultimately helped us to become a better team.
What do you make of the competition, specifically at the safety position?
It's fierce. I wouldn't consider it a competition. I consider it more of a brotherhood. We're just coming out here working every day. But it's fierce. We're out here, bringing energy, bringing juice, and we know what we have at stake, and what's at stake for us. So overall, just keeping that in the back of our head and knowing when we come on the field what we have to do.
You've had a couple of years with Alex Grinch now, and just in general, I'm sure it kind of took the end of last season to heart a little bit. What have you seen as far as his mentality, just in general, leading this defense coming in this year off the heels of last year and that kind of competitiveness from him?
Overall, Coach Grisham's a great coach. You know, he's a competitive coach. You can tell he's very compassionate about his, you know, he's passionate about his job, and he wants to do really well. And hopefully we're behind him. You know, we're just gonna keep sticking with him and trusting the process. Overall, man, he came with not really a different approach, but he's more consistent with staying on our backs and pushing us to become the best we could be.